All right, we are live, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Creator Spotlight with our good friend Carissa Grant from Worthy Chaos. We have a new Kickstarter that's out, and it's a little different than everything else that we've been reading. And as the title says, right, it's a new supernatural Western Kickstarter. So I will pass on over to Carissa to kind of tell us about it.
Okay, so it's a little bit different. Like you said, Redemption is more of a horror action survival series, more violent, more nonstop, kind of thing. This is more of a supernatural adventure where they're going on quests, after cryptids like Bigfoot, Wendigo, Chupacabra, all that fun stuff. You got to make my picture smaller. I can't do it when I'm so close. Sorry. Thank you. Anyway, I have no one to talk to, and I don't want to talk to myself. So anyway, it's more of an adventure, and it's very, very interactive compared to the other one. Like, you don't have to be interactive. It's not like choose your own adventure. But for those of the people that want to, so we have, for example, a journal you can get, and then every Kickstarter, if you buy the journal and you back that Kickstarter, you get the pages of the cryptids that you see for free. So each page has a picture of the cryptid and a small thing of information for it. And sometimes at the very beginning, the first couple of issues, the cryptid's going to be in the background. You kind of give you an idea what's coming. So you can keep track of them in your journal. Also, there's blank pages, so you can either write it, or a lot of people are going to keep their stickers in here because we got stickers of all the cryptids. Issue 2 is going to have a map where you can keep track of where the cryptids were seen and where they are and all that stuff. But starting in issue 3, you could start collecting the jars that she collects. So her mission is to get 20 different ingredients from 20 different cryptids. The thing is, she can't kill them before she collects the parts. Like the Wendigo, she needs to get a part of the antler without killing it. She has to get a fang from the werewolf without killing it. Mostly to torture her, but also because I didn't want to kill cryptids. So we're gonna have an apothecary box you can buy if you want to collect them all. There's a lock on it. There's gonna be slots for you to select that. It'll hold all 20 jars. It'll hold the journal and the map. And you can keep them all in here if you want, or you can just buy the jars you want. They're going to be limited edition. There will only be 20 jars made of each one. They're each going to have their own charm. They're each going to have a label, a cork, a seal, and a wax seal. And then they'll have the ingredient inside. So there'll be 1 to 2, top 3 jars per issue, depending on what they're going through and what they're doing. So that's a couple ways you could be interactive and all that fun stuff. So another thing is this story will eventually connect to Redemption. So we already have the ending. We've always had the ending because what happens at the end of this series directly affects why Redemption is so screwed up. For those that don't know, Seraphina is an angel and Draven is a demon, and they reincarnate every life together. And they, in that life, they will meet with no memories of anything. They just feel an attraction towards each other and feel connected. So this is the reason why Redemption is insane. Hi, Tom. So another thing that's a little bit different is for anyone that's read the other series, they are angel and demon, but you never see their powers, or at least not yet, until the next series. So Redemption ends at issue 23, and then Conviction starts, and towards the end you kind of get a hint of it. Well, in this series you actually get hints of it in issue 2, so it's a lot sooner, because in Redemption they had that 10-year gap that they were missing, and that caused them to be more cold-hearted, more apart, more it just wasn't a good thing, and so it kind of made their powers more dormant. But in this, it's not a spoiler, I'm just explaining. But in this one, you get to see their powers come out a little bit more, which is nice. But also, in Redemption, they never actually interact with their fathers until way later, and in this one they do, in a couple issues. So it'll be a lot more going on in it, which is kind of cool. But there's more demons, more angels. She's a supernatural. I'm gonna kill him.
That's why we love Club, right?
Yeah, there's no spoilers that are gonna make you not want to read it. It's not gonna be like, oh, forget it, I'm not gonna read it now. But she's more, she's a supernatural hunter in Redemption, but she never got to really show that off, because they're just always on the run. So this one, they actually get to go on hunts, and she has a journal herself. She has a apothecary, a travel box, just like us. So she's going to be collecting the jars, putting it in her box. She's going to be, writing down in her journal. So it is kind of like you're following along with her. So, and it's kind of why I wanted to do it. Like I originally was going to do a side story, of them just hunting, but I love the Western, atmosphere of it. I love Westerns. Like I said, we always had the ending, so it was kind of just like, let's expand on that. We don't know how long it is going to be because we're kind of obsessed with it. We started like 3 months ago and we're already on like issue 20. So we'll see how that goes. The first part is the 20 jars, and the second part might be more like the necromancers and other stuff. So we'll see where it's gonna go, but for right now, it's like I said, we can end it any time. We know the ending, but we're just having too much fun, so we'll see how it goes.
And that's the thing, right? Like if you already have the ending, and so I've seen some people doing that recently, right? Like they've written the whole story and then they go backwards, right? Yeah. And even change things as they go through the story. Like, well, maybe this makes a little more sense a little bit later, right? And push things left or right. But by having the ending, you can determine how long, how many issues you want, how expand, if you want to expand it, like, right? Because you guys do, different issue, page counts, in different books, right? So some books are bigger than others, some are smaller, but you have that viability of saying, all right, I can tell the story the way you want to, right? Versus having to be molded to the certain mold that most books are today.
Yeah. And it's nice to have that kind of knowing the ending, because we kind of know our limits, but we also can push the boundaries of it. Like I said, we never actually meant to expand on the ending, but I was just like, what if we just write a little bit more in the Western, and it turned into this whole thing, and I'm so glad we did because it's so much fun. And I am already called the Queen of Merch, and then now I'm like 3 times as bad because now I have all these cryptids, and there's like 1 to 3 new plushies and statues, pins, and everything per Kickstarter. So really, this was not a good idea. But for example, this is Bigfoot. He is 3 feet tall and pretty much the size of Al. Look at those freaking feet. Fortunately, I think I have 3. But the one that's sold so far is my client, who I could drive him over. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, I love him. And then, of course, I have my plushie Wendigo, handmade. And then I have, where'd my rat go? So I have our rat Apollo. He's got the sun on him. He's going to become a major character later. I did not think these would be that popular. I just kind of really just wanted the rat. And I think I've sold like 4. So nice. He sold pretty good. And my plushie maker is working on, yeah, you wish. It is a very popular cover. That is why my Kickstarter is as high as it is, thanks to that cover. And I already ordered my second one, so it takes him forever. So probably, he said April, so probably October is my next one. This one took 10 months to get. I ordered it in January, and he kept pushing it back, and it's so expensive that I kind of was okay with him pushing it back. And then finally, it was for Redemption. And then when we decided this was like, an issue 1 with your cover, it really pushed me over the top. So then I had to give him a deadline, like, listen, I need this by Halloween for my 2-year anniversary announcement. And so he got it done. You got to give him boundaries, otherwise he'll just keep pushing it back. Super nice guy, like the nicest guy ever. I don't think he knows how talented he is, or he's just super modest. But I was just like praising him on how great his cover was. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah, like really. he adjusted the outfit a little bit. He told me after when he was sending it over, because I hope you don't mind, I adjusted the outfit design. I was like, outfits understatement, but yeah, or overstatement, I suppose. But yeah, he did a good job. She's very sexy. Her face is gorgeous. Not that anyone's gonna look that high, but she's absolutely gorgeous. So I really loved it. But yeah, no plushies of Derek Chu's girl, but yeah.
You know what you could do is make those like acrylic figures, like people do now, right?
Yeah,
Like those little cutout die cut.
not a bad idea. Yeah, those are easy to ship. So I might do that for the next one and maybe offer them both. And I have very limited number if anyone wants to go check those out. I think 2 are sold. One has one left. It was like, so it was 1 of 1 sold right away. 5 of 5 sold. There's another 5x5, but I don't think a lot of people know it's there because it's in the add-ons, and I think there's 1 left. 10 of 10 is halfway sold, and 15 is halfway sold. So if anyone wants to go there. Now, there is one, I'm going to give you a hint. There is one glow in the dark that does not have a number. Now, here's the thing. If I only sell 3, they're literally going to be numbered 1 of 3. So for a really cheap price, you guys go get those, and it'll probably be a lower number. Probably like the last 48 hours, I'm going to say, okay, now it's number 1 of 1. For anyone that knows me or doesn't know me, whatever, everything is bought in hand except the medals. I did not buy the medals. They are super expensive. So I just kind of, so if you ordered a medal, you'll probably get them within 3 to 4 weeks. Everyone else will get their stuff within 2 weeks. So I believe I did put that in the shipping, just to let everyone know. So the medals are going to be we pay extra to get them done in a week, and it takes a week to get to us. So 2 weeks. But yeah, everyone else will have all this stuff. And I'm only printing exactly what's bought. Maybe one for me. But I'm printing exactly what's bought. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm super excited about how well it's doing. It'll probably never be the spoil again. I'm glad I did this one. It's so funny too, because I talked about this the other day. I have 5 redemptions already made. So 13 through 17 are already done. 18's in the middle of getting drawn now. So I could have had 5 Kickstarters, paid off all my debt. That would have been the year, no expenses whatsoever. Let's start a new series. So here we are.
That's kind of the thing, right? Though, is like you've grown a lot, right? And we've been friends for a long time, since you started out. But to see like the evolution of the series and go, but then you're like, well, maybe I can do this. And now that we have an avenue like Kickstarters or Indiegogo, like people are doing, you have that opportunity to make those stories come alive for your people.
Oh, I couldn't do this without Kickstarter. There's no way. No.
Yeah. I mean, and in light of what happened today, between Diamond and Lunar and everything.
It's funny because I got asked to be in it. They were like, "Do you want to sign up for Diamond?" And I was like, "Nope." And they're like, "Why not?" I was like, "Because I don't like the model of it. I'm paying for them to advertise me, whether I get it sold or not. Then I'm paying for everything else, and I'm not really getting anything back." And they're like, "Oh, it's advertising." And I was like, no. And so I was right. So.
And it's funny, right, when you think about it, because it goes back to the old days of direct market selling, right? With like directly going to a comic shop saying, "Hey, I've got a book," right?
That's what I do locally, anyway.
And it's
Well, I was told by my comic book store that all I have to do, quote unquote, I have to do, is call every single, comic book store in the country. They said for one of the people that are local, he got popular because he called or had paid someone to call every single one, which I could do if I wasn't so lazy. But I think mine sell better on Kickstarter. I think they sell really well because people know me. I may look into the hardcovers, maybe doing something like that, calling a couple of those, because I have, I buy them 500 at a time. So, but my singles, it's just I think they just do better. Kickstarter and all that. At cons, I don't even bring them anymore. I bring issue 1 and then my hardcovers. So the hardcovers sell great. It's just, and because I bought 500, I could sell them at a much lower price point. Generally, indies sell them for $55 each, and I'm selling them for $25. because I can. So I think that helps a lot too. And having this issue 1 was a great idea. I had a lot of people buy the catch-ups for Redemption in it. I had people buying the hardcovers. And that was kind of my original reason for doing it, besides being completely obsessed with my story. I was like, issue 1 gives new people a way to get in, because I was so fast on the other one that, it was hard for people to catch up. Issue 13 is February 17th. So,
yeah.
But now with issue 1, people are jumping on because they're like, hey, issue 1, jump on and do that. I'm doing 8 Kickstarters this year. So just a few.
You're going to be busy, but
yeah.
But you spread them out though too. That's the kind of thing. It's not every month. It's usually like every 3 to 4 weeks. We'll see them come out, and it's good because you give a good time as well as far it's not a 1 week Kickstarter, right? And I will tell you, Tom's still here. He just did a 1 day Kickstarter, right?
Yep.
That we just did, and
he did 24 hours, and he did amazing. So I'm no Tom though, so I can't do that. But I do wish I did 2 weeks though. I was gonna do 2 weeks because I didn't want to give people time to cancel. But Lori talked me into doing 3 weeks, and the only reason why I agreed was because I had so many. I don't do a lot of shows anymore because either you know me or you don't know me. But it's an issue 1, so I had to do the spiel, and all that stuff. So I did do a bunch of those. But it feels like forever, these Kickstarters. I only do 18 days. I don't know how people do the 60 days one. It would drive me crazy.
Oh, that would drive me nuts. I think the most ones I see is 45 sometimes. Yeah. And even then, you can tell some of them are stretching out just to stretch it. And it's 30 days really should be the max for a lot of them. Because then it gives you the opportune time, right? Within that 30 days. And typically what I've seen happen, right, is somebody will pledge big in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And then they're going to kind of either decide about the 2 week point. Am I getting everything or not that I wanted to get? Or, but at least get something, right? Don't just cancel after that. That's the big one for me is if you're going to back, at least back it and at least get one thing from that Kickstarter because you've invested your time and effort into it. You as a backer also have a responsibility because you said you're going to support the creator of it. So support the creator.
The tough part is when they buy the low edition ones, like the 1 of 1, the 1 of 5, or my handmade ones is only 1 of 1. So I had somebody buy the Anubis one, and then they had a payment. Let me tell you something. I understand backing out or decreasing. My number 1 pet peeve is the payment errors. I hate that. That's the only thing I hate about Kickstarter because when that timer goes down, I want to know that's how much I made. But I have my very first, I guess my second Kickstarter, but my first major Kickstarter, one person pledged 400 and then it errored. The second one was 300 and it errored. I was like, really? So that's the worst. Errors are the worst. I wish that wasn't I wish that Kickstarter took the payments out. I don't mind I don't like it, but I understand people that have to cancel or back out or some things happen. I get it. There's only 2 things that I say shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be able to back out the last 24 hours.
Correct.
You can't really push it as much. And then the payment errors shouldn't be an issue. So those are the only 2 things that really bother me. But I don't know. Kickstarter is getting better with the addresses. That was the 3rd thing that bothered me. Now they've gotten better. I was like, I hate waiting for addresses, and I'm still waiting for I think 2 or 3 of them that I have people's stuff packed here, ready to go, and I don't have. I email them. I try to find them on Facebook, and I just can't find them. So it's very frustrating on that. So.
Well, even with the surveys, right? Everybody fills the survey out, you verify, you make sure it's good to go, and some people, have it connect to Backer Kit, right? Because Backer Kit, you can get extra things on there to add on to it during the campaign. But with the way your campaigns work, it's completely different than everybody else's because you've already got it in hand. So by the time the Kickstarter ends, it doesn't make sense to have a backer kit because it's just literally the straight survey of, I'm getting ready to ship your stuff. You better be ready.
That's also why I don't have late pledges because I'm in the middle of packing your stuff the minute that closes. And now I wait 7 days to ship them because of that error we had.
Mm-hmm.
We did not have a payment error on somebody's, but at the end of the 7 days after, it did error. Fortunately, they paid with PayPal, but I had already shipped their stuff because I used to ship in 48 hours. So now we ship it. I ship at the 7 mark, which I hate. I hate waiting till the 7 day. I'm just like, come on, let's go. But now I'm packing them up, and then on the 7th day, that just go out there. But yeah, I know this one's going to be tricky because there's I've never had this many backers ever. So I think 150 was my highest backer, and we're at 219. So
yep. I mean, this is a good one. You've done. I mean, this is your best one, right?
Oh,
and and so what's nice is you set the bar high for yourself now, right? Like you're like, okay, now I know I can make 11. So let's see, what can I do to get to 12, to 13, to 14 to grow it,
I can be Tom. Tom knows what he's doing.
Tom does amazing. I mean, that's why I support Tom too, right? For that reason, is because, Nei is one of my favorite artists. It always has been, and she's been loyal with Tom.
I have a quote from her. I'm gonna try to get one of those soon. But I have so many covers for the next 3 years. For Redemption, I think I have for the next 10 issues at least, and that's 2 per issue. And then for the Western, I have till issue 10, 2 each. But I'm gonna squeeze in Derek's if he does another one. There's also someone else I want that did Vin L. Tab. Yeah,
yep. I know Vin's.
He's amazing. He doesn't have a huge following, but his stuff sells. He's the only one that ever almost sold out. I think I had 3 left at the end. I was getting nervous. I was like, uh-oh. But I had 3 left, and his was gorgeous. And it was not the highest price point, but a higher price point of my choices. So they weren't getting it because it was cheaper. So that was very impressive. So I am wanting to get that. So since I have all of the first 10 are already scripted. So I already know where they're ending and what they're doing. So yeah, it's different. I have a new artist for this one. He does everything traditional, so I'm gonna have
pages.
Huh?
You have a lot of pages.
Oh, I know, and I wish I had the ability to sell them, but you know me, I have too much of an obsession. I have considered selling the non-character ones, like the ones without Serafina. What, you want one?
Of course you do. You know me. I collect all that.
Yeah, so I might be selling the there's Angel cryptid pages and Davies with the fathers in it. So I might have some original pages to sell. So we'll go on there, but we'll see. I've never had traditional pages before, so should be interesting.
Well, and I know Vince from Ethereal because I work for Ethereal. So, in working with him and Sugar Spit and all the guys over there, it's nice to see a lot of these same artists and colorists going to different places and trying new things out. For Fernando, for example, I've been friends with him forever when he directed Atrocity. Right. And, seeing him grow more as a colorist and coming through. And he's a great artist as well, not just colorist too. And that's the thing. He's there's so many of them today that do both, and it's nice. Yeah. But when you get the one guy who does the pencils, the inks, and the colors, that's the fun ones, because then you got all of it in one. Now it takes a lot more time because they're focusing on that
and
thing.
It's usually cheaper. I'm not saying you should go the cheaper route. I'm just saying you're paying this one person, but when you have to split it up it's always more money to do that. So it's nice to do that. Plus, you don't have the that's not the color I wanted thing, or that's not what I meant to put there, or whatever. So I do like it when they do it all. Redemption's not like that anymore, but it was for the first 7. He did everything, and then he's like, this is killing me, I can't do it anymore. He hated coloring so much. I liked it, but he hated it. So he was lettering too, and he stopped that, so I had to hire new people. But for now, SK does all my lettering for both series, and he's amazing. So
yeah, I had SK on here about a month ago. Me and him were talking through he does so much lettering for everybody. It's like he's jump in with Ethereal with you guys. He's helped charter out, and it's like, and it's good because he's getting a bit busier and busier. He's getting more work. But I told him, I was like, dude, don't burn yourself out.
That's what I said. Yeah. Yeah. He took like 2 weeks off and I was like, where are you going? He's like, nowhere. I was like, I just did that for Christmas. I took 2 weeks off, but I didn't go. I never left my couch. So no, I was supposed to organize my room, but that didn't happen. So.
All right, well, let's go and show your Kickstarter today. Let's see that way, everybody.
Show my video that's only 1 minute now because it's short. It's not like the 10-minute ones on the other ones that I have 12 issues to show. It's exhausting. It's gotten a lot of plays too.
Okay, so let's bring it on up. That's good.
I do love getting videos. I want to get my logo animated. I saw 2 people do it, and I can't afford the person they have, but I do now and want to get it animated. It wasn't a bad deal. I can't afford that. But yeah, right now, currently, the follower count is 515. I don't know how that's possible, but
nice.
And it's got my video has been played 249 times with 58% to completion. So that's pretty good.
That is, well, I'm looking at your backer count, right? 219, almost 11, almost 12, 11,093. So
yeah, we just passed 11. So that was good.
9 days ago. I mean, that's not bad when you think about, right?
Well, it's only been, I started 18 days, so it's been 9 days. Yeah, I started it Monday. So not this past Monday, last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're over something like that. I don't feel like doing math. 11 days, so kind of like 11. Yeah, 11 days. Yep. That sounds about right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I think we just switched to 9 days because I always start 6 p.m. on a Monday, and I always end 9 p.m. on a Friday.
And Friday's usually payday, so that's always nice.
Why I did that. I got told that was the advice I got, and I was like, "That's smart."
All right, let's take a look. All right,
here's the journal you can collect. There's gonna be journal pages now. The more she interacts with the cryptids, more pages will be of that that cryptid. So there will be more, but each one's going to have a little bit of information and a picture, which you can color if you want. But yeah, you can scroll down and you can see where you can put stickers on the pages and all that fun stuff.
I like stickers.
I know, me too. And now they have a place to put it because I have tons and tons of stickers.
All right, here's our first cover.
Yes, this one was a gift. It doesn't have enough action for me. But Fernando's like, less is more. It's like, have you met me? But I do love the cover. The colors are gorgeous. I just would rather have them fighting a monster, but that's just me. And as you see in the next one, you'll see the monster. So,
yep, there you go.
Vic Mindia, he's amazing. He does really good work. And then, of course, Derek Chu, the very popular cover.
Yeah, I see it's a virgin cover because it'd be kind of hard to put a whole lot of.
Where am I going to put it?
Like right here, maybe put one thing.
Lori will never do it. Lori will not change the template ever. She will not do it. So no, unfortunately, there is no logo. I think it looks unfinished without logos, but with that cover, you don't want to hide anything. So
No, it's kind of hard for that reason. All right, yeah, so page 1, lettered by S.
Yeah, so I didn't put the lettering for that one because it's a little bit of a spoiler and there's a lot of lettering. So that one doesn't have lettering here, but if you scroll down, you can see some of the lettering. You can see our demons possessions. We decided to show it with a purple to give an idea of who the demons are, you know, that fun stuff, which I love. That way it's supernatural-esque without just copying them. And there's our cryptids. There's our rat, the plushie is. That's Bigfoot in the background, the Wendigo. And then Apollo's in the next. You can see him there.
Man. Bigfoot going to beat him up.
Yeah, gonna try, but unfortunately, Wendigos are stronger, so we'll see how that goes. So I don't do stretch goals. I do personal stretch goals. So if you spend over 50, you get a sticker. If you spend over 75, you get 2 stickers. And if you spend over 100, you get the 3 stickers.
Nice.
Yeah. Now for our, every tier is going to have the PDF for issue 1, but it also has the PDF for issue 1 and 2 of Redemption. So everyone's going to get a taste of Redemption to let you check that out. Of course, you have to have 2 because it has Anubis in it. So
correct. Gotta have both.
Yeah, definitely. And the PDF, you get all the covers, so you don't have to pay more to get a different cover when it comes to the PDF.
Okay, $10 for the regular cover. 15 for Vix. $19 for Derek. That's not bad because usually I've seen his like 30. You know,
yeah, I was told to put it higher, but I knew he was going to sell well, and I don't want to, you know, overcharge people. But I have sold 68 of those. So, but I also have the metal tier, which again I made lower. I made it 49. I was told to make it 59 or 69, but I made it 49 so people can afford it. I also have the you know, I wanted everyone to get what they wanted, but for the collectors, I had the small, low editions so that people can, you know, have special editions or whatever. This is our new coloring book. There's 3 coloring books total. There's 2 for Redemption. Well, there's going to be 3. There's another one coming. And then there's this one for, that's how many covers I have. It's like 28 pages. It's all the line art for the covers. So that just shows you how many covers I have.
And, you know, and that's the thing too about like just line art without like lettering, right? There's a lot of stuff you can miss because of the lettering being on top of things. And so having S the way he does it, you don't miss a lot. You really don't miss a lot of the detail. Yeah. But I've seen the ones with like the big bubbles, you know, and stuff. You're like, you've written a story within a word bubble.
Yeah, I've had to tell people to make it smaller, don't cover it up, whatever. But SK is really good about that. And he doesn't give me a hard time when I want something changed. So yeah, you can get, these are the 2 issue ones you can get. You can also get the issue 1 and the add-ons. I did not do all the singles because that would drive me crazy, but you can get a catch-up single tier, which is actually sold pretty well. And here's the journal you can get. You can also get the journal and the add-ons. Yep. Comes with both the new pages for this one. So this is the Wendigo and the Bigfoot. I should have done the rat, but he's not really encrypted. And the next issue I think is Bigfoot and the Snagglegaster and one of our own, our Crow Phoenix we're gonna have. So there's the rat. He's adorable. I love him. He's got really cool markings. And then we have the embroidered bookmarks and the metal pins.
And the metal pins are always good. I like those.
Yeah, I tried acrylic. People don't like them.
Yeah, it's something about it, like even for like it just doesn't stay. Like I have a vest that I wear for a lot of like events and things. The acrylic doesn't stay on my vest because like the holders in the back aren't strong enough. Like when you put it onto something strong. Yeah.
Metal ones are expensive because each mold is $100. But once you get the mold done, they're actually very well priced. And I kind of cheated on some, like for the Bigfoot, I got the Yeti because it's the same mold. I have 2 different Mothmans. I was only going to do one, but everyone loves the blue one, so I had to do both. So, but I save $100, so I got that. And of course, if you get less than 100 pins, you're paying double anyway, so you got to get the 100 pins, and it's just it's a mess. But anyway, so there's the embroidered for Wendigo. We sold a couple of those. This is the catch-up digital tier. It is $30. You're gonna get 13 PDFs. You're gonna get the 12 from Redemption and actually, I guess you'll get more because you're getting 3 covers, but you're getting the issue 1. So for $30, it's not bad. This is the issue 1 with 3 of the metal trading cards, and normally I don't put those in the add-ons, but I did because I knew people would want Derek Chew's cover, so that's in the add-ons. And these are the metal tiers. I did not know that I could do metal tier variants because the minimum is 10. So I thought that I couldn't do variants because Wells Springs, whatever, is the variance 10 is the minimum. So I never thought of doing more than one. And he's like, no, you could do as many as you want. So like all this time I could have been offering all the metal covers. So a little annoyed, but now I know, and knowing is half the battle. So you can get all the covers in metal.
And the good thing is you can always go back and get them done too.
Yeah.
If you like, for example, like the Ken Hunt one. I love that one. That's still one of my favorite covers.
The most popular one. I think I do have one left, one metal in there. So if you want it, I can add it to the add-ons and Redemption.
Yep. Do it and I'll add it in.
Great. I'll let you know.
Okay, there's Redemption. There's Vix.
And there's the 3. You can get all 3 and a signature for $48. And then, of course, there's the metal tier. That's also in the add-ons, so people can go buy in there if they want to. Pretty much everything's in the add-ons except for the very low editions and the handmade stuff. This is our 3D print. So this is done by hand, which I love. And then they scan it, and I get the 3D one, which is awesome. So it's resin. It's ready to paint, or you can just leave it is. And it's very detailed. I love it.
And how tall is this one?
6 inches.
Nice.
Now they're all 6 inches, but the Bigfoot is so wide. It cost me like a lot. See how wide he's just so wide.
Oh yeah.
So it cost me more. But he is phenomenal. My poor sculptor had to add in the computer program all the fur individually. So that was fun. Not for me. I had a ball, but yeah.
There's a good one for everybody. If they've not, I recommend the hardcovers because it makes it easier.
Yep, I have the hardcovers are great. They can, 2 of them, they're like $25 each, and then you're done. They're glossy page. They have awesome covers. Here's your favorite cover in the back. It actually won awards. This is everyone's favorite cover. Yeah, but 2, and then you're all caught up. So, I mean, you need them all by February 17th because it's starting. The new sector is starting. So, and here's the this is the regular metal cover and the metal trading card and the metal bookmark.
And that's a good way to get it, right? $75. I mean, that's not bad because usually this is 50 to 70 just itself. This is usually 20, 25. That one, that's usually an add-on that you have to get to a certain level to get. So that's a phenomenal deal for that. Yeah,
I love metal. I think I have here. You could see the shiny.
I like shiny.
I like shiny. So this is actually, I think it's a lower price than Mark there, and I forgot to edit it. I think it's $65. But this is the one that's not numbered, but whatever it ends is what it's going to be. So if I only sell 3, it's 1 of 3, all numbered. So I think I've sold 2. So whatever it is at the end, that's what it's going to be. But yeah, the glow in the darks, there were so many options. I just added them in. So this one's there's 20. The next one I think is 15. If you keep going, I can't remember. Oh, well, this is a plushie, of course. You got to have a handmade plushie. I think there's one left of that one.
Got a plushie. Yeah, here's 15.
Yeah, so this is the blacklit one, which I sold much more than I thought. I think I sold 8 so far. There's only 15, so we're halfway there. And then if you keep going, then a Bigfoot. This thing is huge. If you go when you're checking out, if you go see the add-ons, you can see a picture of me holding Bigfoot, and it's like covers my entire body. So it's actually bigger than you think it is. But yeah. And then this is the I just added this today because somebody wanted it. This is the single issues of Redemption, and you could have got it in the add-ons, but I think it was confusing for some people to not realize that. So now you get issue 1 of this, and then the 12, and then some goodies. And I mix up the variants and the regular covers, so you get some that are actually more expensive covers from different artists. So I do at least 1 or 2 of them just so people have extra stuff. So. And then this one is, I think there's 5 left or 4 left. So the limit is 10. So I think there's like 4 left. And then the next one is the handmade one. So that's the handmade Bigfoot. There's only 1 available. I don't even have this version. So there's only 1 of handmade. And then that's my favorite. So I do have 1 for me, 1 for my co-writer, and 1 for sale. So there's 1 for people, but he's my favorite. He's like our little mascot.
See, you got 1 for Redemption, and they got 1 for here.
That's right. Now this one's sold out. So the 5 of 5 is sold out.
See, that's always a good sign. When you sell out of one, I mean, especially when you think about it, right? That's 150 times 5. That kind of helps out.
It does indeed. So that one's sold out. The next one is the Ultimate, where you can get all the singles and the hardcovers. I actually sold 3 of those, so that was good. And then the next one sold out, so it's 1 of 1. That sold right away. I probably could have asked like $500 for that. I would have sold, but so that one's the 1 of 1. So then the rest is all add-ons. We have stuff from Redemption. We have plushies from both sides. We have coloring books. We have coins from Redemption. We have PDFs and stuff. She's very popular there.
I bet
I don't know why. Now these were for sale because of you.
Yep.
So there were a couple left. I think they only printed 25. I think there's 10 of these. The hot chick sold out. So that one sold out. That was 25 printed. I may print more of those. I don't know yet. These are 10 left. You made me sell those 2. They were printed only 5. That was the original artist. That we just threw away that $5,000. And then this is, you can get the issue 1 and all the goodies. And then of course you can get either the digital or the printed coloring books, and the printed coloring books also come with the digital. So it's both.
There's the second one.
They feel pretty good. Yeah, it's the second one. And then this will be this current one for this one. And then you could get all the back issues.
These are all
And the metal tiers, yeah.
Now, is your metal add-on still part of the original number from the tier? So like if you have 15 copies in the tier, then you have it in the add-ons, they're still all the same out of that.
Yeah, there'll 15. Be 1 of whatever. Yeah. There'll only be 1, yeah. Everything's gonna be numbered metal wise. We got coins.
I might need this one because the one I have this one here.
Yeah.
I might need that.
I don't even think I've sold that. There's actually a new one coming too, but that's for the February 17th. So and then we have I wasn't putting those individually, I was being lazy. So there's a sticker collection. And then we have sticker magnets. I don't have Derek Chu's magnet, but I have the sticker and the add-ons. The other ones I have magnets for. Then the metal backer cards. And then we have the metal trading cards, which I put last minute and they sold actually pretty good. Now, this next one's weird, but I saw it and I couldn't resist it. She uses these in issue 1. They hold holy water. And if you watch the video, you could see them smashing them over their head. I originally ordered plastic so that I could wear them to the cons and stuff. Mm-hmm. They sent me the very thick, expensive glass ones. So I was like, well, so now I have them, so I'm selling them. But yeah, I'm selling them for the price of plastic because they charged me for plastic. I was like, how are these such heavy plastic? It's not. It's glass.
It's going to cost more to ship it than what it costs.
Yeah, it is. They are cool, though. I'm going to try to wear it to the con. There's the journal, which but, actually I've sold like 13. So I'm very proud of that.
Well, I would say it makes more sense just to buy the tier that came with the journal than separate. Yeah.
Well, they're the same price either way. Yeah. I don't like to jip people. But the sooner you get it, the sooner the pages are free. So now everyone, those 13 people in issue 2, as long as they back issue 2, their pages are free. So. But if you miss it, you could buy it in the add-ons later for like $1. But here are the hardcovers, of course. Here are the 3D printed. They're printed now. It's not painted. It's printed in brown. And technically the white is the Yeti. But if you prefer white and you want to paint it, there you go. But you can paint the brown one too. So. And there's our plushies. Chatty's actually in this series too, but not as Chatty. It's just a vampire chameleon bat.
Oh.
I know. And then
maybe it's his descendant.
Oh yeah, it's his ancestors. And then there's that tier. That's the one that's not numbered yet, but will be. Again, it's 65. I've been too lazy to fix it, but. And then the single tier, you can get all of them for $115. So there you go. You made it. You made it through.
Woohoo!
Then you can read about the stories and stuff. If anyone wants to, you can go do that. So yeah.
And I've got the links down below, everybody too. So definitely.
The easiest way, I always tell people, you can follow the link, but in case you forget it, whatever, search Worthy Chaos on Kickstarter. We always have something live or in pre-launch, but from now on, it's probably going to be both. Right now, we have pre-launch for issue 13, and we have this live. And as soon as this ends, you'll have the pre-launch for both, and then it'll be 13 will be live. And then you can also search Worthy Chaos on Google, and we pop right up. So kudos for that one.
And it makes it fun because I mean, for me, it's always easy. I usually talk to you before I go to the page. So so, go add Carissa to it. It makes it a lot easier because then when you have questions, hey, when's this coming out? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get asked. Well, everyone was asking for it gave me a good feeling because everyone's like, so when's the Western coming out? When's the Western coming out?
Mm-hmm.
When's the Western coming out? I was like, I don't release till it's in hand. You gotta wait. I'm waiting. But as soon as it was in hand, that Kickstarter was ready to go. So
everybody was. I remember when we talked about it probably a year ago. When we were first talking about, hey, there's going to be an offshoot book, to Redemption. We're like, and then it'll come around eventually, but it's one of those things like you gotta wait. You gotta stick with the series too, and that's kind of the hard thing I've seen a lot lately is people don't want to stick with the series or wait it out. Yeah. You got to. It's all about patience, people.
Yeah. The thing with this, at least with me, two things. One, you're going to get your items because they're already in hand. And two, you're going to see the end of the series because it's not like we're going to stop. I mean, that's why I remember I get asked a lot, why do you have 5 issues ahead? You don't even know if they'll sell. I was like, I made them for me. I mean, selling them is a bonus because it helps, cut down my debt. But I'm gonna make them regardless. So hopefully that works out, and we'll see how that works.
Well, we're gonna keep buying them too because we enjoy the story, right? Like
I got very lucky. I'm very lucky because my fans are very loyal. We are halfway through issue 2 of the Western, so by the time the next one goes, we'll have that. So
nice. And remember,
artists.
I call dibs on any pages that do go up for sale. So sorry, YouTube land.
First. I won't sell any of issue 1, but issue 2, there's I think there's an angel page and a villain page that might be up. We'll see.
All right, so we've got that one coming. So February is coming, and that's our next big book, right? So,
Yeah.
any spoilers you want to let anybody know about that one, or is there?
It's
Should
so
we?
tricky because did you read the end of 12?
I haven't read 12 yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then I can't give it away because 12 is big. 12 is huge, and I had people tell me they refuse to read it until the next one goes live because they don't want to wait too long between 12 and 13. 12 is a harsh ending, and I completely apologize. Two people have already told me they need therapy, but as soon as 13, you're good to go. Then there's a me and my cliffhanger. So 13's got quite a cliffhanger, and then 14 through 23 is the Resident Evil, survival locked in a city full of zombies. So we're gonna be stuck in there. Then there's a soft ending, as I call it, at the end of 23. I don't like it as an ending because it's they're out of where they need to be and they're happy for 4 seconds. But then after that, all hell breaks loose, and you see the epilogue for Conviction, which is like another 25 issues. But then they're on Hell Island, where they go to they fight monsters that are on the island. They get trapped inside a facility. They go to hell and lose their soul. I mean, all this stuff happens. And then if we make that, has a very good definitive ending. My favorite ending, that would be a very good ending. I think if I had to end it there, I would be okay with that. But if I did Resurrection, which is another 30 issues already written, that has my favorite ending. And if I remove one line that leads into issue series 4, then it's got a definitive ending that everyone, so that's my favorite. So that's like 80 issues. So I'll be retired probably. But yeah, so those are all written. Right now we kind of paused writing series 4. We were on the last book. There's 5 novels in it, and we're on the end of the end. But we got a little obsessed with the Western, and considering you'd have to get through 80 issues to get to the ending, I think we'll be all right. But yeah, we've got 16 novels done now, and they're all like 90 to 150,000 words, so they are not short novels. But I think even the Western's on like novel 2 or something. So, but yeah, no obsession here or anything.
No, but at least it's going to keep you occupied for the next 35 years.
Yes, and I'm also starting, this is not so much for my fans of the series because they can get stuff in the Kickstarter. However, I am starting a Cryptid of the Month subscription box for people that just want cryptids. You could choose different tiers. Like you can get, the paper tier is the journal, and every month you get the journal the first month, and then every month you get one cryptid. And it'll have, for the paper tier, it's like a bookmark, a postcard, a sticker, and a page from the journal. You can add a pin to it. I think that one's $15.99. If you add a pin, it's like $21.99. Or you can get the metal tier, which is $29.99, and it's metal trading card, metal bookmark, magnet, and a metal pin. Then we have a tier for, you just get the 3D printed. Some people might just want 3D printed. Or you can get all of them added together, and then we're gonna have a plushie tier, of course, because
plushie tier.
Yeah, and then every month there's gonna be a newsletter released, and in that newsletter there's gonna be like 5 new items that they can add to their next month, like specialty items of different cryptids. So that's kind of something I'm working on. I already have 4 people that want to do it, including one that has the highest tier. So there's definitely interest in it. I don't say I don't want. I probably can't do a ton of people. It's kind of like, it's not even a moneymaker. I'm just excited to send people my cryptids. But I figure I already have the stuff for the Kickstarters, and a lot of people into cryptids. I'm going to have an option that you can add redemption series to it once a month. You get the in issue for it because there's so many. But so far there are, the 1 year's done already. One year of stickers are done. The pins are getting made. And then I have another, I think the artist is working on like 8 more designs. So I'm going to have like 3 years, definitely 2, but probably 3 years worth before I even start the monthly stuff. There also is an option to add mythology where it has Anubis, Bastille, Hellhounds, the Cerberus, Minotaur, all that stuff. So there'll be different options to it. So I'm kind of excited to do that. So we'll see how that works out.
Oh, definitely. When you do it, let me know. I'll join in. Because there's a lot of things that I pass on to my kids too, right? Like so, like because this is one of those things. Like I don't really have them read the book, but they could look at the sticker and be like, "Oh, that's cool. Let me put that on something."
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I like it, and because I used to love those things in the mail when I was a kid. I got the nature cards. I don't know if you did that,
but I remember those.
Sort them in the little case. I love that. I love it. And I'm not even an organization person, so I don't know why I was into that. But I loved getting the new cards. I loved getting, so it's just that anticipation of getting something in the mail. And it's going to be very easygoing. The first month you can just pay, and then if you want it, you can sign up. You don't have to sign up. You can cancel anytime. The highest tier you're allowed to skip to in the year. So I think it'll be fun to do. Again, I don't want 1,000 people, but I could probably do up to 100 because, like I said, I already have all the stuff and all that stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I was working on the tiers today, and everyone loves the price point. And I even had one person say, "Don't you think your metal price point is too low?" And I was like, "As long as it covers shipping and my items and whatever, that's all I really care about." So.
Well, that'd be a good way to, get rid of extra stock of books too, right?
I don't have extra stock. I got a ton of shit in here.
Like for me, like I'd be like, hey, I'll take a box and give me a variant of issue, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
That I don't have, because a lot of us do that when we're doing the Kickstarter. You get one cover typically, unless you buy the whole collection, right? And it's like if you bought the whole collection, then you already have everything in every variant and every. Most of us don't do that. Most of us get the one that you really want. But then you go back in, like the Ken Hunt stuff, right? Like I had to go back and get that one, because I was like, crap, which one do I get? Because I'm an A cover guy, right? I'm always an A cover. I'm like, and now that I know that Duarte is doing the cover, I'm like, well, I got to get his cover on this one,
Yeah. Ivan Tao is doing issue 2's cover. I loved his first cover that he did, issue 10, that Hot Nurse one. It's not that it's not skilled. This one's not my taste. And he knows it, so I don't feel like I can. It's not my taste. It is his. It's a new style for him. It's called Drip. It's kind of more horror-y, and that's fine. However, I love the concept art so much that I got the high quality. So there's actually going to be 3 issues of 3 covers. There's going to be the 2 concept arts, which look better than most covers I buy. And then his cover. So people are going to have the option because I like the concept art. Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing cover. It's just not my taste. And Ray, my friend Ray, says he's not doing it for you. And I was like, I know, but so.
But you got to like it too, though. That's the thing.
Well, it doesn't look like her because it looks like, actually it reminds me of Harley Quinn. So maybe people love it.
Well, Ivan does a lot of Harley Quinn, so
yeah. So it's on the cusp of looking like Harley Quinn, which is fine. People all like it. That's fine. But me, I have to like it too. But the concept art to me is phenomenal. I loved it. That's the one I'm gonna keep. So there's gonna be 3 versions of Ivan Taos, maybe 4 if I do the really there's one where she looks like a complete maniac, and I made him change it, so I have that one too. So maybe there'll be 4 versions. And Ivan Taos, people can go crazy. So we'll see how that goes. But he's in it too.
You could do like a 4 cover set, right? Then make that a tier for people to get, or a metal tier with the covers too. Because I've seen a lot of people doing that lately, and it's great if you want to get all the covers right of that variant, right? But but it's like, but if you try to do that with metals, like glow in the dark, you can't get everything. And there's no reason to make a tier for that because nobody's going to be able to, it's going to be $2,000 by the time and most people are like, dude, I can't do that,
Yeah. He doesn't have as big a following as Derek Chu, but he does have a loyal following like Derek Chu. So last time I did him, the metal sold really well. So hopefully we'll get that too. Like I said, it's incredibly skilled. It's just doesn't look like her, but they're not going to care. His fans are not going to care.
No. The Derek
they won't
Chu
care.
fans, they were like,
Yeah.
I don't know who this is, what this
No.
book is, but it's Derek Chu.
They don't care. I will say Derek Chu's cover is my absolutely favorite version of her. She just looks so gorgeous. He did such an amazing job. I can't wait to see the next one. Depending on when it is, I sound like a pervert, but I want her to be like water wise. So she's either going to be in the hot springs, which would be issue 3, or if I have to wait till issue 9, then she'll be on the beach chasing the kelpie. So we'll see. But I already want her in some kind of wetness, something going on. Something different. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you for having me on again. I really appreciate it.
Always. It's always fun having you. And then everybody, like I said, let me put the link down below again, just in case you didn't see it in the description. But want to make sure everybody go join the Kickstarter. You got 9 days left. You know, we've already funded it, but there's more goodies for everybody out there to get, especially with the add-ons. Make sure you go check the add-ons in the back end too.
Check the add-ons.
There's a lot there. So
there is a lot. I did good though. Normally I have 40 tiers. I want credit for only having 27. So
you did good. You consolidated a lot of tiers.
I did. I thought I did good. So I saved some stuff for the next damn thing. It's gonna be tough though, because every single issue has 2 to 3 new cryptids. So it's gonna be, we're gonna see how that works out. But
it'll be fun. I can't wait to get my journal in. That's all I can say.
I love the journal. I'm so glad I did that. That just popped in my head, and I didn't know if anyone was gonna buy it. I just ordered more because I sold like 13. So, but I'm excited because that to me, I'm more proud of that than the total. I mean, obviously I need the money, so the total is great. But to me, that means they want to be included in the story. So it means a lot that people are buying the journal. So go buy journals, people, because you'll make my day. So
definitely go buy it. Go buy the book. Support it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Everybody have a good night.
Bye.